Welcome back to Buy Day Crypto. My name is Chase, level 1 CMT and full-time trader. Today we're going to look at Chainlink on primarily the 5-day Gaussian channel. We're going to talk about that. I had some questions. When the hell can we turn this Gaussian channel green? We have price action above it. We've now closed 3 consecutive 5-day candles above it. So what gives? Why is it not green yet? And when could that possibly happen? So that's what we're going to address to in today's video. So first and foremost, let's look at our zones here in this yellow. We've broken out of our 500. It took 530 days from back here in May of 2022. Fast forward to October of 2023. Over 530 days of this sideways consolidation. Now breaking out. Many candles now looking to be green above the Gaussian channel and on our way to our next resistance zone. Why is it resistance? Because it's above us. So let's remove this one. This is our focus now. Our bottom of our zone is rapidly approaching, right? We could be there by the time this video is done. It's around $13. The top is around, $18, $19. And why is that zone there? Well, I'm glad you asked. Let's look at our closing prices. Back in our, early bear market days, our low back in here, December of 2021, around that $18, $19 area. Again, we went from support right here to resistance right here. So that establishes that as new support resistance. Then we fell down even more, right? Here's our new support line, kind of a double tap here, went back up, right? That is still resistance. So that is the top of our zone here, around the $18, $19 area. And the bottom, right, is these lows here. So if you're wondering, that's you gotta look back in previously in history to get your support resistance levels for our new as we move up here, right? That's what you're looking at. And this is going to be big, right? For Chainlink, $13 to $19. That's our next resistance zone. And not only that, but the good news is our previous resistance zone that we had down here, right? Here's our previous one, this 530 day zone. This should, by TA standpoint, flip to support. So if you missed this move already and you didn't buy any in the 530 days in that zone, you're like, do I buy here? Well, probably not, right? You don't want to really buying off of a decent sized rip here. So we're up just in the past 10 days, 85%. So roughly, if you haven't bought yet, right? You don't want to get into the FOMO. And where do you buy? You buy on the throwback. Likely we will retest somewhere near the top of this zone. We might not go back all the way in it because look at this moving average right here, this 200 EMA right here. So around $10. So anywhere between 10 to 9, if you're lucky enough, right? That is where you'd want to probably accumulate more. Now, when could this move up? But this move up end, well, you want to use all your tools in conjunction with each other and not just use one moving average or one indicator ever, right? You want them all speaking together. So having said that, look at the Bollinger Band on the bottom here. See how it's going like basically straight down and, diverging away from the top band. I know the top band's a little bit difficult to see. Let me zoom in here, right? You see the top band, we're outside of it, right? That's ultra bullish, right? So, and when could this move possibly start fading? Well, one, when we get into this zone, or not too long from now, $13 to $19. I know that's a big area, but what could help is if you see this lower Bollinger Band start to not go straight down, right? What you're looking for is a sign of closure, right? Or it starts to kind of curl in here, right? Just a little sign where it's not going straight anymore and it starts to curl in, right? That would be a sign that in the not so distant future, this upwards move is likely getting a little bit tired. So then we might, just go sideways before moving up again. That's a possibility. Or more than likely, because this zone was so long and it took over 500 days to break out of, usually more oftentimes than not, and I'm talking much more oftentimes than not, you're going to go retest that to make sure you're ready to go and good to go. And if it does that, then we could face a significant move again to the upside. So $9 to $10 area, that top of that zone, is where you're going to want to likely accumulate more if you've missed this move so far and you don't want to, buy on an 85% move rip to the upside. Okay, so now, having said that, when the hell could we turn the Gaussian channel green? Because really you want 2 check marks to know that you're ready to go for the bull market. Bitcoin got its a while ago, right? We'll go look at that in a minute. But you can see Chainlink is really close to turning green. Now, how do you turn the channel green? Well, you have to have it moving up. That's the only issue, right? And so all the Gaussian channel is just a series of moving averages. And how do you move moving averages to the upside? You have to have prices higher than that for a specified period of time. So when could we do it? It's going to be very soon, very likely, as long as Chainlink remains above $9, $10, or even really above $8, right? The top of the Gaussian channel is $8 on the 5-day. All we have to do is close a couple of more candles, I would guess, above $8, very likely, and we're going to get this channel green. Now, if we've learned anything from Bitcoin or anything, anytime the channel turns green, it doesn't mean you're in up-only mode and prices shoot to the moon. It's just a much more safe bet that that coin or asset that you're looking at is going to do very well in the months ahead or years ahead. And, you know, the lows are very likely in at that point. Okay, so the Chainlink Gaussian channel on the 5-day has been red since January of 2022. Yes, a hot minute away. Let's look at, as of now, that's 645 days ago. I would guess sometime between the next, you know, maybe 650, 660, right? Sometime probably in November, if I had to guess, that this channel is going to turn green. Now, like we just said, just because it turns green doesn't mean you immediately shoot to the moon. Quite usually the opposite. So going into resistance, right? Chainlink's going into that next resistance zone of $13. Well, look at Bitcoin. Right when it turned green, what did price do? Did it shoot up? No. In fact, it was going down, right? But we held the top of the channel. So you want to be looking for that, right? The top of the channel for Chainlink is $8, maybe for a wick or something like that. But, you know, this was a different time period than Chainlink is in now, right? We're in a little bit different times. But even noting Bitcoin here, if you were to have bought Bitcoin right here, you had to do two check marks, right? Your prices were above the channel and the channel turned green. So let's say you went all in on Bitcoin at 27,000. Well, shit, you would have lost a little bit more. Damn, you could have bought better. You had spent months apart and you went down to even 24.9, 25. Are you kicking yourself? Maybe in the moment, right? The Gaussian channel on the 5-day is meant to, you know, your seatbelts, right? It's your seatbelts. It's a safety in the back of your mind to know that that asset is much more likely has seen the bottom and you're ready to go for the bull market ahead, right? That's what it's useful for. So Chainlink is on the cusp of doing something similar to this. Does that mean the lows are in? Very likely. Does that mean the lowest price in the next 4 seconds is in? Probably not, right? So just keep that in mind. If Chainlink Gaussian channel turns back green in the next, you know, handful of days to weeks here, it doesn't mean the prices are going to $7,000 in the next 4 minutes. But it does mean this was very likely the low, the deviation fake out right here that everyone was calling for Chainlink to go to $2, right? We all remember that, right? And we've noted those people on our timelines and on Mr. X. But what else is different here? Well, not only are we about to turn this channel green on the 5-day, have we noticed any kind of volume changes? Let's see. Let's go back and look over the past 500 plus days. How many candles green above here did we get? It's not too damn many, right? These sideways consolidation, of course you're going to get some buys when you're at $5 when an asset was at 50, right? We went from $50 to $5. Do you think anybody sees any value in that? Of course, right? These are these buy moves. But this is very significant right here. This big spike. We haven't seen buy volume like that on Chainlink since at least back in June of 2022. And I would argue back since January 2022. Before that, just massive difference. January and June, only time we've seen buy volume like this. So very significant in a change in shift. You don't need volume to continue a move. You need volume to confirm a move. And that is a pretty damn good confirmation of a breakout, if I do say so myself. So Chainlink looking ultra bullish. Do you buy now and FOMO in? Probably not. But in 2 years from now, will a $12 Chainlink buy be good? Probably, right? But if you want to maximize your profits, I would say wait for a little bit of a throwback or a bullish retest. Throwbacks are bullish, right? They're just a retest. Very likely going to get that because this zone took 500 days to break out. That's, you know, you don't get to say that too often. So if you're wondering why the hell does he laugh every time at that, 500-day consolidation zones don't tend to come around that often, right? But when they do, very significant, and we'll likely have a retest somewhere between the $10 to $9 area. But don't get too greedy, right? If you see Chainlink price at 986 and you're like, I'm going to wait for 975, be careful, right? You might just get a whipsaw, right? Just a deviation fake out and then good night. Is Chainlink ever going to be at $5 again? I would say 99%, maybe 99.9%. No, right? I doubt we'll ever see Chainlink price again. Ever, for the history of ever, see Chainlink price down in the $5 area again. So if you missed that boat, too bad. You had 500 damn days to accumulate anywhere at lower prices than they are now. So boohoo, sad for you. Quote of the day. A leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. That's a leader. It says right there. All right, car of the day. Any guesses? Hopefully you get this one. It's a pretty easy one. Audi R8. The best Audi. I mean, kind of non-arguable there, right? What Audi is better than this one? Yes, it's Audi, not Audi. Shut up. Titanium kind of bezel around the windshield. Convertible, of course. Great. Let's do a couple other colors. How about a rear view? There we go. Pretty good. This is like the second gen, right? They redesigned the initial one. Is pretty cool still, but I definitely like the second gen a little bit better. And my favorite one that I found on the webs, gotta be this one. It's like a stealth matte gray with the black badges, black grille, black carbon on the bottom, and like these magnesium or bronze wheels. Looks pretty epic there. Orange brakes, HRE wheels, hand forged. Looking pretty good. That would be my pick. If I had to just, you know, pick one off the line, I'd go with this guy's. Pretty epic there. So if that's your car, good job. All right, there we go. I'll end it there. Chainlink Monday update, 5-day Gaussian channel. You asked for it, you got it. Next one, I don't know. What coin will it be next? Maybe Bitcoin. I know it's boring, but you got to pay attention to Bitcoin because what Bitcoin does, the rest of the market does. Why would you not want to pay attention to that? Altcoin requests, let me know. Join our Telegram chat. It's linked below. If you want videos, updates every day, that's what Patreon's for. We have a private Telegram every day for the past 500 days, barring weekends. 5 days a week, I'm putting multiple videos in that chat. All my group has been updated. There's been no surprises. Join us for the bull run ahead. See you there.